Hey, this is Caleb Alku, and today I wanted to talk about getting your first jobs on Upwork's platform, getting those first few reviews. Now, if you're new to Upwork and you don't have any reviews yet, it's very difficult to get the first ones. Look, I'm not going to beat around the bush and tell you it's easy. Getting the first few jobs is hard, okay? Now, once you get those, and the magic number is around 5, between 4 and 6 for the vast majority of freelancer profiles. And all of you know by now that I hate using the word freelancer because that puts you in the wrong mindset, but that's Upwork's word. So we'll go ahead and borrow it for now. But the point of that is once you get 4 to 6 jobs, about 5 for most new profiles, you'll get something that Upwork calls a job success score. Once you get a job success score, you will find your response rates get much, much higher. So yeah, getting the first 5 jobs isn't a lot of fun. It can be very difficult, but it's worth it in the long run. Trust me, my entire agency is built with jobs from Upwork. So let's talk about how I advise people get their first 3 ways for people to get their first jobs. Okay. So one thing to keep in mind, if you've seen this before, you've heard me mention this, it's the ice cream truck rule, okay? The reason we call it the ice cream truck rule is if an ice cream truck opens the window and starts selling ice cream, they never start with a long pitch about what their name is, where they're from, and why ice cream is going to improve your life, okay? The ice cream truck opens the window and says, hey, I have ice cream, it's good, it's $5, okay? So keep in mind that if somebody's on Upwork, they're not looking to be convinced about how ice cream is going to improve their life. They just want to know you have it, how much is it, and that it's good ice cream. So the focus is to show people that you have good ice cream. When I look at profiles on Upwork, and when I look at proposals on Upwork, what I see is people assuming I don't want the ice cream. They're taking the classic sales approach of convincing me of the value of the service that they're trying to convince me to buy from them. But I already want that service, right? I posted a job on Upwork saying I need a bookkeeper, or I need Facebook ads, or I need somebody to do this graphic design project. So if you're going to start by telling me how your graphic design project is going to improve my life, or why I need bookkeeping to keep everything in order to make it easier for tax time, you're wasting your time. I already know all of that. I want the bookkeeping. What I want to know is that you're good at it, okay? So you don't necessarily need experience on Upwork to make that happen. If you always want testimonials on your profile, you want testimonials on your proposals. If you haven't had a job yet on Upwork, you can quote people who you've done work with in the past and put that on your profile, put that in your proposal. If you haven't had any clients before in the past, then you can ask other people to talk about how honest and trustworthy you are. Ask your landlord, your banker, your real estate agent, your mailman, your garbage person, whoever, it doesn't matter. Get someone to say that you're honest and trustworthy. That'll help. Now, if you can't find anyone in your life to say you're honest and trustworthy, then I might consider that getting reviews on Upwork, maybe that's not the biggest priority right now. Maybe you should reevaluate how you're handling yourself if you can't find someone to say you're an honest and trustworthy person. So get some people to say that about you, put that on your profile, put that on your proposals. Also, if you've never done work before for a client, do the service for yourself. Run some Facebook ads, write an article, do some SEO, whatever your service is, do some graphic design, put that in your portfolio, show that you have good ice cream. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 specific approaches. Now, when I first got my profile approved on Upwork, it was really hard for me to get those first few jobs, okay? So I've been there, I know what it's like. So tip number 1, I tried an SEO first. My agency does SEO. So I tried to land jobs in SEO. That was very difficult. SEO is highly competitive. Now, I also have a skill set. I went to business school and I worked for a large company. So I've done a lot of business valuation. The competition in business valuation is much, much lower than the competition in SEO. So I re-optimized my profile for business valuation, and then I submitted applicants for jobs that were asking for business valuation. if you actually go to my profile and scroll all the way down, you'll find that the first few reviews are for business valuation, not for SEO. Much, much lower competition in that space. So that's one tip. You know, it's okay if your first few reviews maybe aren't what you want to do long term, but they're in a less competitive space to just get those first few jobs under your belt. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two, record a short screencast video and add the link in the proposal. What you want to do is when you're sending the proposal, like very early in what you send, you want to make it clear that you recorded a video just for them. Okay, you want them to be able to see that in the preview window that you recorded a video. Not very many people will do that. Most proposals on Upwork's platform are copy paste. So the fact that you went the extra step to record a video proposal, that's going to get noticed much more likely than just a text proposal. When you record that, it's best if it's recorded just for them, right? So do a screen share, have the client's website in the background, show the job posting in the background. When you look at the job posting, when you're recording your video, mimic the type of language that the client is using, okay? Because that'll show the client that you're going to be a good fit. Talk about things that are relevant to the client. What questions did the client ask in the proposal? What more information do you need from the client to go ahead and look at the next step and actually put together a good proposal for them? A video like that, that's how I got my first few responses. I literally recorded videos just like this one and sent them as part of my proposal on Upwork. Those had a much higher response rate. Highly recommend that if you don't yet have the number of reviews to get that job success score, to get a good response rate. Just record a video proposal. But what you should not do is record one proposal and send that to everyone. Okay, that's as bad as a copy paste cover letter template. That doesn't work very well. You want to show the client that you recorded it just for them. It's custom for them. Yes, this takes more time, of course it does, but much, much more likely to get a response, okay? And the third one, this is a favorite of mine. Let me actually share my screen with you so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So if I share my screen, I'm going to show you a few different searches on Upwork, okay? So this third one, I call it laser focus. So I start by searching for web design. Now, this would be, hey, maybe you're a new freelancer, you do web design, so you optimize your portfolio, you optimize your profile, you optimize your proposal all around web design. So then some client comes on looking for web design, look at who you're competing against. 100,000 earned, 100,000 earned, 100,000 earned, nothing for those two, 10,000, 200,000. I mean, these are big freelancers that you're going up against for web design. But now let's say that you're very focused on a specific WordPress plugin. If you don't know, WordPress is a very common web design tool. So Akismet is a very popular plugin for WordPress. So if I search for Akismet, which you could potentially optimize your portfolio around, you can see 0, 6, 0, 0, $100, etc. So much $70, much less competition around a popular plugin versus the broader web design. So when I say laser focus, create your general profile, go ahead and optimize it toward web design, but then you get two specialty profiles. I would recommend creating both of those specialty profiles in hyper-focused sub-niches of your general profile, like Akismet and web design. Another good one is Elementor. Elementor is a popular website builder on WordPress. So, 20, 10, 20, 0, 50, 30, $1,000, 50,000. So much less competition than web design, but more competitive than Akismet, okay? So I said that my agency's in SEO. So here's another example. I type in SEO, I get 200,000, 100,000, 500,000, 30,000, 200,000, so these are big players. This is going to be difficult to compete with if you have no job history, okay? But now if you know anything about web design, about SEO, GMB, short for Google My Business Listing, is local SEO. So I search for GMB, $1,000, $900, $60, $6,000, $100, nothing, $100, right? So I would create the general profile about SEO and then a specialty profile about Google My Business Listings. You can even look at Yoast, which is a very common, very popular SEO focused plugin for WordPress. So it crosses web design and SEO. And for Yoast, we get 1,000, 0, 70, 600, 200. But the point here is the first few, here's 4,000. The first few had almost nothing. And the first few over in web design had a huge amount of competition, okay? Email marketing is an interesting one also. If your niche, your specialty is in email marketing, we got 50,000, 70,000, 30,000, 100,000, nothing here, 100,000, 500,000. Okay, so now we have to think, if I have a brand new email marketing profile, this is going to be tough to compete against. But Active Campaign, which is a very popular, very commonly used email marketing platform. So if I would set up my general profile for email marketing and a specialty profile for Active Campaign, then somebody comes and posts a job for Active Campaign, we get 6, 4, okay, 100 there, but he's not focused on Active Campaign. He's general, email expert and digital marketer. And this one here, automation, creative consultant, online business guru. So basically, here's an Active Campaign, but he's focused more on ClickFunnels, clearly 60,000, 40,000, 900,000, fine. But the top few that are focused on Active Campaign have very low earnings, okay? And what's interesting is Upwork's algorithm that sorts the freelancers is not necessarily based on chronological, and it's not based on earnings. It's based on how much your profile matches what that client is likely looking for. And remember, you get 3 profiles. So use those 2 specialty profiles to laser focus on a sub niche that has, a high enough job volume to be interesting. So you can click on jobs and search for some jobs in different spaces. So if there's 1 job a month posted for Active Campaign, yeah, maybe that's not a great one to focus a sub profile on. But if there's 5 or 6 jobs a day focused on Active Campaign, then that's a really good sub niche because there's very low competition for that. Okay, so that's the third and final way, the one that I like the best. And really, if we think about combining these 3, so that you have a hyper-focused sub-profile for Active Campaign or for Elementor, then someone posts a job saying, I need help with Elementor, and you go in and you record a short screencast video that says, hey, I saw your job posting, you need help with Elementor, that's what I do, that's what my focus area is, that's where I'm at. Then you're much more likely to get a response there. It's a great way to combine that. And even taking a look at the jobs in the less competitive space, right? So if you're in graphic design, then maybe you have graphic design, and then below that you have one that focuses on logo design or book cover design. Whatever it happens to be, that's a more focused version of your general profile. Okay, so those 3 tips are going to help you get your first few jobs on Upwork. It still isn't going to necessarily be easy, but trust me, it's worth it when you make it there. Like I said, the vast majority of my clients are from Upwork, okay? My entire agency is basically built from Upwork leads, so it's worth it. It'll happen. What you need to do is be consistent. Keep sending proposals. Every day, send proposals. It shouldn't take you more than a few minutes to send one. And if you follow these 3 tips, you're going to get those first 5 jobs in no time. All right, good luck. Click the button below to subscribe if you want to hear more about how you can have success on Upwork.